Now, welcome to another weekend ramble, where this time the topic is.
I want to discuss if you think, or I guess if I think as well, that the Star Wars drought that's currently going on, is this good for Star Wars?
It is both simultaneously.
Wow. Another
Thanks
expert.
for watching.
Another expert
No, I wouldn't call it expert.
in the field.
It's just my stupidity thoughts.
Well, let's face it, after the end of Andor Season 2, we have no new live action Star Wars until The Mandalorian Grogu comes out next year at the end of May. Yes, I know there is Rebuild the Galaxy and Visions Volume 3, but those are not canon, for one, and people do look at animated projects a little differently. But mainly my qualm is that they are not canon.
Well, they're just kind of both are fun and separate stories from the main, as you're saying. They're not canon. They're just something different and unique.
Right, next year seems like it's going to be really full. We've got Mandalorian and Grogu, Ahsoka Season 2, Maul Shadow Lord, as well as Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi. But is the drought that we've got right now, is that healthy for Star Wars?
Again, yes and no. I think potentially Star Wars should have gone away for a little while, like a couple of years. That's hard because
you have to say when you think we should have stopped Star Wars.
I mean, maybe after the sequel trilogy, but then
you cut out Mandalorian.
Yeah, the Mandalorian was doing well.
Mandalorian was doing well
because technically the Mandalorian, the first season, came out right before the Rise of Skywalker, and it was pretty well liked.
Right,
and then I think season 2 kind of took it to another level with all the cameos, and everybody got excited, and Luke's back, and everybody kind of fell in love with the show. And then we had like Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi.
But if we took a break there, we'd also wouldn't have had Andor.
True. That's very true.
Because we'd probably still be on break, I assume?
Yeah, in theory, I would have tried to just take a step back and let it kind of stew for a little while, and maybe people... Kind of what I talked about the other day, like maybe people start to forget how much they didn't like the sequels and how kind of disappointed they've been, and you kind of start getting a little antsy for something new if you're a fan. And you kind of just build anticipation back up. Even if the last stuff wasn't good,
right?
You're just kind of excited to get some more, and hopefully this round is better. Instead, it feels like we haven't had any kind of real break, and a lot of it, save Andor, Skeleton Crew, Bad Batch, there's been quite a bit that's actually pretty good, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But I think the bad has outweighed the good. I think people have been more disappointed by the bad stuff than they have been surprised and happy with the good stuff, if that makes sense.
Right, and that's the problem. If you're continuously putting out content that everyone loves, we have no need for a drought. We have no need for a break because we're happy fans.
That's
the
exactly
problem
right.
is when you do overclutter it with things to just have things, which then they don't go well. It exasperates the problem. It makes everyone start feeling that fatigue. Whereas I feel like the drought right now is they're taking a minute to slow down. They're trying to take a minute to think and fix the franchise. We've talked about how Tony Gilroy seems to be hinting that he knows some of the future direction that Star Wars might be taking, as if they may have discussed some of their plans with him to see what he thought. Maybe this is a good thing. I'm not necessarily saying that because Tony Gilroy said it was a good idea, it's a good idea. I'm just saying maybe it's a good thing that they're kind of testing the waters, seeking outside opinion, and discussing things, rather than just going, hey, what character name can we throw out there as a title to a show and see if everyone loves it?
Yeah, which has kind of been their strategy.
It's not a great strategy.
No. Well, Skeleton Crew didn't technically follow it. And Andor, though it had a character name, didn't really follow the...
Right.
Taking a big legacy character and making a show out of it. That was really Ahsoka, Kenobi, and Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah.
But no, I think, again, it is kind of simultaneously good and bad, because I do think you have some people who are just going to be like, there's too much of it, I'm getting tired of what you've been putting out. Yet at the same time, you do have the people who, no matter how good or bad the quality of the shows are kind of like, oh, we're got nothing, and I'm kind of getting antsy, and I want something, and I'm kind of bored with it. Maybe I'm just going to start watching something else, and maybe you find something else that you like better than Star Wars.
Well, see, I think that's part of the thing that can hurt a franchise with the drought. Yes, I understand. I can read more of the books. I can read more of the comics, but
That's not the same.
I want more. I want to know more lore. I constantly want to learn more about the galaxy that I've loved for most of my life. So not even having a running animated show kind of stings. I'm used to having something like The Bad Batch where there's 20 episodes or something in a season, so I get a long running week to week something to talk about and enjoy with my Star Wars community.
No, I agree. We have our voice chats every Thursday night, as people know, which if you want to join the Patreon, you're free to join us and talk about stuff, because a lot of the times we don't even talk about Star Wars much because there's not much to talk about right now.
True. But I miss that.
Oh yeah, because I think
we had such great conversations regarding the Bad Batch, and I know I have high hopes for Maul Shadowlord already.
I hope it's good. I've said before it's probably an unnecessary show, but one I think is going to be pretty good and exciting, and I hope is worth the wait.
I'm very curious how Star Wars Visions presents the Ninth Jedi will go over, because of the fact that it is going to be its own standalone series, but it's not going to be canon. So, will this confuse people, or will people just not watch it, not understand what it is? Will this drive the community that does watch everything going, well, it's not canon? What is this going to do?
It's going to be canon unto itself, though. It's going to be its own individual universe. But as you said, not everybody will understand that, which, I don't know. It's kind of funny because Visions doesn't seem like it's very popular. I mean, there's a lot of people who like it, don't get me wrong. But I don't see a ton of people talking about it, excited about it. And that's kind of runs contradictory to what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. We talked about how anime could be the future. Now, is the reason why Visions isn't more popular with more mainstream anime fans because it's Star Wars and it's just its own little thing?
I think it's because they're shorts.
Yeah, will the more mainstream audience embrace a Star Wars anime if it's its own series?
I mean, anime fans are no slouch to long-running series.
No,
I myself have watched all of Naruto,
yeah,
all the way from the beginning up to Boruto. I've never gotten really into One Piece, but there are over 1,000 episodes. There's so many. Bleach. You've got a ton of long-running series. DBZ. You got it all out there.
Well, isn't that interesting to point that out? Because we've been talking here, about fatigue and do people get tired of the same old, same old?
Not if it's good.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Like, I think fatigue is a thing when you get tired of something. I mean, sounds like a given or obvious, yeah, but if something is really good, you generally tend not to get tired of it. Like, if every Star Wars show and movie, save maybe one here or there, had been kind of a somewhat not great, I think nobody would be talking about, we get too much Star Wars. Fatigue only happens when the quality declines.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Once the quality slips, that's when people get mad. That's a lot of times when anime series get canceled. All of a sudden, they differed too much from the manga. I don't like the new artist. Things aren't going well. The anime slides downhill and they just stop making it.
I wonder what they have taken away at Disney and Lucasfilm after their first decade here. Do they realize, okay, these are the things the fans haven't liked, and maybe we can reverse our fortunes here by doing some different things or kind of listening to them? Or is it just put the blinders on and keep doing what we've been doing? Which seems to be the case because, as we keep saying, they're going post-sequel trilogy. They're embracing Rey, which seems to be a character that a lot of fans don't want embraced.
I don't know. That's going to be a big testing point, I think, for the future of Star Wars. Can they let Rey go and move on?
I don't think they are. I think they are fully embracing her right now.
I just don't honestly know if they can fix it.
I hate to say that I do kind of agree with you there. I'm not sure about Rey. I'm going to do my own series on her still. I'm working on it. People are curious. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with her, and I don't know if people are going to like it. All right, I think that's going to be all we got for this time. Now it is your turn. Dick to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news. And let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.
And leave a comment. Do you think that the drought is good or bad for Star Wars? I'm curious what you all think.